I'm Sydney.
I'm Jonathan.
And this is our van build.
You don't do the hand clap.
Your love is like an ocean ready to take sail, swept by current, swallowed by wave. Take heed, they'll say, no, no, no need to get out, just stay on a lovely holiday. Our love is easy lasting, holiday so easy passing. Our love is easy lasting, holiday so easy passing.
I think we definitely have to go with these ones. This is these ones over here. And same like this one. What do you think of that? It's really gonna add up. This thing get real heavy real fast. You gotta go completely lightweight in the van.
Lightweight.
Lightweight!
So we learned that we have to go with vinyl flooring because laminate, it's a little bad in the water resistant area. So we're at Home Depot and we're looking at vinyl flooring. And trying to see what our best option is. And I think we're gonna go with this one, which is weathered stock chestnut. It's pretty thin, but we have to order it online, so I'll have to wait. Shortly after our last clip, we went ahead and ordered the vinyl flooring that we liked, and it got shipped to the house. And so we had it for a while in Washington, just sitting in our garage. And then it was actually one of the things that made it down here with us on our drive. We ordered just 2 cases. We didn't think we needed much more than that. I think we're about ready to put the floor down. So I'm pretty excited. Let's go. So these vinyl pieces, they have a little adhesive overlap. So say this one has like a little bottom piece that's sticky, and then this side has one that sticks to it. So they interlock together, which made putting them together really easy, but a little time consuming. There is our vinyl flooring.
The edges are pretty ugly, but they're either gonna be covered or we're gonna put trim over it, so whatever.
Yeah. We didn't do this back end because the benches are gonna be there. And then we're also building a little step up since these are gonna be the tops of the benches. So we're gonna have a pretty high sitting area. We're gonna have a little step right here and it's not gonna be covered in vinyl. So all of this didn't need to be vinyled, so we left it off. Like I said, they stuck together kind of like puzzle pieces. In terms of putting them in the van, gluing them down to the subfloor, that part we didn't record because it was a 3-person process of getting the adhesive down after we'd already kind of stuck all the planks to each other. There's no taking them apart, so it's just this big sheet of vinyl flooring and we had to kind of hold it up, glue underneath, and then set it down, which was a 3-person endeavor and really wasn't a good recording opportunity. But the floor is down. Right now we have a tarp over it to protect it from any sort of falling pieces if we drop anything, bolts, what have you. And then we water guarded the rest of the subfloor just to be extra careful. It's going to be covered with the benches and whatnot. I would recommend the vinyl flooring we got. I know there's a better way to get them onto the actual van, but because they stuck to each other versus kind of interlocking, it made it really difficult to size them and cut the pieces to the sizes that we needed before we set them down. So we had to get them to interlock and stick together before we glued it down. So we had to glue the whole thing down as a big sheet, which was a headache, but it's over. And now we have a nice floor. We got 2 boxes of the vinyl flooring. They were about 24 square foot each box. We found that it wasn't quite enough if we wanted to cover the entire van. We would have probably needed another box or maybe 2 if we're being safe, but we only bought 2 boxes, so either way it didn't really cover the second half of the van. Not that we were wanting it to, but we found out pretty quickly that if we wanted it to cover the whole thing, 2 boxes is not enough. So on to the next thing.
So we go 20 inches from here. I give this 1.5 inches of wiggle space, which is more than I want because I want to fasten this to the van. So we got to match it 20 inches over here, which is way more than we need, but you got to have an even bench. So this is going to come out here. So what you're going to end up getting is basically from the top of these screws up is going to be storage space. So you might actually be able to fit all your clothes in here.
All my clothes?
Maybe.
All my Halloween decorations?
No.
Yeah.
Not a chance.
Yeah.
All your clothes, maybe. So you're going to get from the top of the screws up all the way to here.
Well, that's like a good 1.5 feet.
You got lucky.
Yeah.
Plus this up. Our bench is in the shape of a U. So we're going to have platforms all the way up here, across here, with a little space right here, making our bench a U. And then we're going to have our table, the exact size of the gap for our foot space, which is going to be a relatively small table, but welcome to van life. That way when we go to sleep, we just take the bench out of a bracket that we're going to put into the wall that you cannot see. We're going to take that out, fold up the bracket, and the table's going to lay completely flush with the bench. And then we're going to have our cushions, 2 long cushions here to sit on, 2 long cushions on the walls for backrest, and a middle cushion right here. We're going to take the middle cushion out, we're going to push the 2 cushions in, we're going to push the backrest cushions in. It's going to make a perfect bed, and because I'm taller than this is long, we're going to take that last extra cushion and put out here to a platform that's just going to extend a little bit further so that we can lay comfortably. You have Cindy and the dog on one side, and me right down the middle. One message to your fans. Hi. Hi.
Hi.
You heard it here, folks. What? First, folks.
So how these template bolts worked is we cut the tops of the bolts off, made a pointed edge, and then we screwed them into the hole, put our wood board up to it, pushed against it so it left an indentation onto the wood. That way we knew exactly where to drill.
So yesterday, what we did was create the framework for our ceiling, putting in the boards that our ceiling panels are actually going to screw to. Now originally we were going to follow the contour of the metal braces that were already installed on the ceiling. The problem we're running into though is that contour would be the exact opposite contour of the boards that we'll be installing. So our fix for that was to put in these sheaves, fit them to size with a planer, and screw them to the framework of the van. And now we have 4 straight across level boards that we can screw into that will not cause a problem for the contour that's already naturally in the board. But that's what we worked on there, and now we will be moving on to getting a wall right in between here and the chairs, and then hopefully installing a shower.
So you make a lot of mistakes, and you learn from those mistakes, but we put a tarp down, which you'll see. Now we have a tarp over it. So we put a tarp down to try to protect our vinyl flooring from getting damaged, but the tarp had a water protectant chemical on it, and the tarp is yellow, and it stained our floors yellow, which we couldn't get off. No cleaning solution could get that off. Yellow. Super yellow and splotchy. It's like the whole thing. And it's not even. Like, you can't tell. But there are like waves of yellow. Like, this is what I mean. This is the yellow. And the other part of the floor that it was on, if you can tell, from that piece to that piece, this was where the tarp was laying. It dyed yellow. I know it still looks fine, it's just not what I wanted. It kind of changed our entire plan for the van. We still have the floor down. It's not terrible, but it's not really what we want. So we went to Home Depot the other day and bought a bunch of stuff and ended up getting new flooring.
We were just picking out flooring, and we were like, oh yeah, that one will be cool, that one will be nice. Let's go with the dark color instead. And then after we rewatched the video, same like this one. Any difference in that? It's really gonna add up. It's gonna get real heavy real fast. We picked out this very floor, or at least this very brand, and put it back because it was too thick. And then we ended up going with the thinner vinyl. And then Sydney went and ruined the thinner vinyl.
What?
So we ended up buying this anyway, not knowing. We picked out the same damn floor. Stupid. And we're gonna put it on top of the old floor, so it's actually thicker than the floor that we said was too thick. We're good at this.
There is no way for us to tear up that floor. It is glued down. It's stuck there. Any effort to get it off was going to be probably more painful than anything. So we're leaving it there. And whenever we're done building the shower and kind of get the cabinets measured out, we're just going to put the new vinyl flooring in the tiny parts of the van that are visible and call it good. But we went with a gray color before, and since we've been in Kansas, I've been rethinking what our design for the van is and my color scheme. John's dad has dark floors, dark cabinets. They follow a dark wood theme in their house, and I really am growing to like it a lot. We're gonna kind of take inspiration off of that, and we got dark vinyl planks. We did not get the vinyl that sticks to each other. We did not buy that kind again, because it was kind of a nightmare to put down in the van. So we just got ones that interlock together, which will make it easier for us to be able to measure it and cut it to size without it sticking to itself. Whenever we're done getting everything in, we are gonna put the floor down, and it's gonna be probably the tiniest little sliver of space, but it'll look good. And we're gonna do we got different paneling. So we originally bought paneling for the ceiling that was kind of concave. So originally we got these big panel pieces that were shiplap and they interlock. Here's what they look like. And they're like 12 foot and they interlock with each other, but they're huge and they're very wide and they concave the opposite way that our van does.
The exact opposite contour of the board.
So our van naturally concaves up, but the boards concave, if you were to put them flat against the ceiling, concave this way. So they kind of concave opposite. Because they're so thick and they're so big, we went back and forth because we were gonna end up breaking the panels if we tried to get them to conform the way we needed them to. So instead of doing that, I didn't like how thick they were anyway, and it was just gonna be a nightmare, so we just went and got different panels. Previously, we also got the same kind of panels for the ceiling for the shiplap walls, but they're smaller and they're the same concave shape and they're very thick. So pretty much we wasted our money on these panel pieces. This time when we went to Home Depot, instead we got this board that's like a fake shiplap, and it's much lighter weight, already is white. We don't have to do a whole lot of cutting. We don't have to worry about wood, and it's just so much easier. So whenever we get to that part, it's gonna be so easy comparatively. But we did get panels for the ceiling, so that still should be really cool. Come sit with me. So this video has been mainly the floor and the ceiling framework, and everything that you see behind us with the shower we're gonna cover in the next video, but yeah.
We're making progress.
Thanks for watching, and the next video is gonna be a good one.
It's gonna be plumbing.
It's gonna be a lot of stuff.
I don't do the outros. I don't make the video. I just do the van and then you do the outro.